Hey guys, this is Snacktacky, and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime. This is part 19. In the last episode, we got a little bit of the ways through the Phazon Mines, and ended in this room with this big pillar and these spider ball tracks, and in this one we're going to kind of figure out, first, how to get up it. So this is actually kind of an easy puzzle. It's really not too difficult, but I really thought it was back when I was a kid. But there's kind of a simple solution. So you can see we have this pillar with these spider ball tracks, and obviously we want to get onto these terraces and sort of use them to make our way up the room. Now, how we really do this is, this thing right here is actually a morph ball bomb slot, and what we want to do is use that to rotate 3 different sections of the pillar, which you can see by this little holographic? This little hologram model thing here. So each there's one of these bomb slots on each level, and there's 3 levels, so you can rotate 3 different sections of the pillar. And you can see first, we want to get the blue spider ball tracks to match up with that blue bit hanging off of that platform over there. And that's really the gimmick of this room. And so, knowing that, it's really just as easy as matching up. See, like this. And for some reason, I guess when I was a kid, I didn't put 2 and 2 together, and I just got so confused. Because, I mean, I guess if you don't notice that, it's overwhelming, but it should be pretty obvious. So here, yeah, that's how you get to the first floor, and you can see we want to get up to the second one. So let's go over here and bomb the second little thing. I just said bomb, like B-A-L-M, like Jackie Childs, who told you to put the bomb on, like in Seinfeld. But I meant B-O-M-B. So, see, we want red this time, and we want our second red section to match up with the first one. So let's get it around. It's a little bit difficult, actually, to kind of see what, to see sort of how they link up on this little hologram thing, but, like, you just kind of have to look at it hard enough, and you'll get it, I think. Speaking of really easy puzzles, I just messed that up. Yeah, we need to attach it to that. What was I thinking? I just explained that! See, that's what you get for talking, instead of, you know, focusing on the actual game. But I don't think we have to... No, we don't have to spin this anymore, because I didn't move the bottom portion. That's what you need to do. You need to match the second one up, and then go down to the bottom and move that. So let's do that now. I'm sorry, my bad, guys. I guess I just wasn't thinking. And, like, you heard me explain, like, say, oh, you just gotta link the top 2 up, and it's fine. And I completely disregarded that entirely. So, let's turn this around. Come on. Okay. This is where we want it. And now we gotta go down to the bottom and shift the first portion so it matches up. And yeah, see, if you like shift here, it kind of looks like they're matched up, but that's actually in front of us. So I found with like the straight lines, it's kind of hard to tell where exactly you have the tracks. This is a cool puzzle, though. I really like this. There's a lot of interesting spider ball portions in the Phazon Mines, or morph ball in general. There's another one we'll be coming up against later in this episode, I hope. That's pretty interesting as well. So here we are on the second balcony, and just gonna keep going. We actually can't get to the third one yet. Whoa. Oh, hello, Wave Trooper. We can't get to the third one yet, and you're probably like, Snack, why? You're almost there, but I'll show you in a second after I mop the floor with this guy. It's over here. There's big rocks in the way, and just like every big rock pile, I don't even need to scan it in this place. It's Bendesium, and we can't break that. Though if everything goes according to plan, we will have the ability to by the end of this episode. So I have a crazy story to tell everyone, and it happened while I was on vacation a couple weeks ago, or I guess like 1 week ago, but I haven't really been able to tell this in an LP episode yet, but I'm gonna now. So, my vacation, we went to a beach, and it was alright. It was pretty cool. Mostly, I just kind of relaxed a lot on the beach and tossed the frisbee around and just kind of, like, broed it up, I guess, for most of it. But one day, we rented a boat, a speedboat, and went out to a lake that we'd been going to on and off for years. Like, we were familiar with the lake. My mom stayed there, like, her entire childhood in, like, a cabin for the summer. And, like, we've stayed in the cabin, too, and so we go there a lot. Real quick, missile right here. You can get it by shooting that explosive box, and it'll just open up the vent. So, yeah. So, we were out tubing and kind of having fun. And on our way in, we see this boat going pretty fast through this tight area between the land and, like, an island. And apparently there were rocks sticking out of that area. And so the boat hit... Actually, hold on. There's a boss fight up here. Or a mini-boss fight. So I'll leave that story on a little bit of a cliffhanger, and we'll try to explain this guy as quick as possible. As you can see, it's the same kind of thing from the beginning of the Phazon Mines, but this one is very much alive. This boss, or mini-boss, I guess, is called the... Here, we'll just scan it. It's called the Elite Pirate, I think. Yeah, Elite Pirate. And it's not too tough. Think like along the lines of the Armored Beetle, or maybe like the Sheegoth, which is like, you know, a boss. Like, it's presented kind of as a boss, but it will appear more than once, and is kind of like a mini-boss. He's got this force field thing that will absorb all your shots, so what you want to do is go in and kind of like bait him, and try to get him to do this attack here. When he does that, just blast him with a super missile, and rinse and repeat. And there you go, 2 shots. So really not tough. But so anyway, the boat hits the rocks, and people, like, we see people fall out. So we kind of cautiously went over towards them because we didn't really know where the rocks were, and we didn't want our boat to get wrecked too. And so, like, some of them get back in the boat and they're screaming for help, so we called 911. And apparently what had happened was a girl had fallen over the front of the boat, got run over by it, and the motor actually cut her leg from her foot up about halfway through her shin, just cut it clean off. So, and here's where the story gets even crazier. There was a man in a canoe fishing really close to us, only other person in the vicinity other than, like, the wrecked people, and he boats over to them, this totally inconspicuous guy. Turns out the guy in the canoe was a doctor who was staying in a cabin nearby, so he takes the girl out of the water and took her to the dock of his cabin, and I guess made like a makeshift tourniquet, or just like something none of us would have been able to do. So that happened. In the meantime, we went and got the dad of the girl, and the dad wanted to find the leg to see if they could reattach it, so we actually took him around the lake to actually find this leg, and we found it. And I was the first one to see it. My dad picked it up out of the water in a towel, and we wrapped it up and just did what we had to, because, you know, what else can you do in a time like that? Fortunately, the girl lived. The paramedics got there pretty fast, and I don't know if... I'm pretty sure they weren't able to reattach the leg, but she survived, and was... The last we heard, she was making it through surgeries pretty well, so... we were just pretty relieved at the end of the day, and it was really scary. And just thank God that doctor was there. Like, I'm not a religious person, but I feel like there had to be some sort of divine intervention or something that made that happen. But it was just crazy. And we're gonna read some pirate data and kind of just leave that story where it is. But I wanted to share that. Yeah, so pirate data. Here we go. Space pirate encrypted data. Test subject ZD, hereafter referred to as Metroid Prime, the title of the game, oh my god, holy crap, was recently discovered in a cavern by mining crews. He quickly dispatched the miners, but was eventually contained by security units and drones. Once contained, we were able to begin studies upon Metroid Prime. The results have been astonishing. It is genetically similar to Metroid's, albeit on a highly evolved level. It displays a limitless capacity for Phazon infusion, and shows no Phazon-based degeneration whatsoever. It continues to grow in size, and while it has manifested some psychotic behavior, the cold fields we use to pacify remain effective. Authorization for advanced studies on Metroid Prime have been approved. Okay, so that's interesting. We finally hear the name Metroid Prime spoken of. And it sounds scary. What does this one say? Security Command issued an all-points alert after the fall of Zebes. The alert concerns bioform Science Aran, also known as the Hunter. Subject is a female hominid and is heavily armed and extremely dangerous. Subject uses a powered armor suit of unknown design to kick ass and take names in battle, along with a number of potent beam and concussive weapons. All combat units are instructed to terminate Aran at sight. On sight, sorry. Preferably in a fashion that will allow salvage of her powered armor suit and weapons. A considerable bounty will go to the unit who delivers Aran to command, dead or alive, it matters not. I said Aran and Aran there. The correct canon, I think, actually is Aran, which is what I've always said, but I don't know why I said Aran. I guess I just get paranoid about that kind of stuff. And we don't need to be on this anymore. But yeah, those are some interesting pirate data. We're going to be reading a lot of it in this episode, so I would just suggest making a cup of tea and getting ready for story time. Let's do this one. Alright. Science Team. Anytime you hear about Space Pirate Science Team in any of these data, like, something terrible has happened. Like, they really just suck, and it's hilarious. But attempting to reverse engineer Samus Aran's arsenal, based off of data acquired from her assaults on our forces. Progress is slow, but steady. Command would dearly enjoy turning Aran's weapons against her. We believe we can implement beam weapon prototypes in 3 cycles. Aran's power suit technology remains a mystery, especially the curious morph ball function. Yeah, because I don't think really even Samus knows how the morph ball works, but all attempts at duplicating it have ended in disaster. 4 test subjects were horribly broken. Oh my god. And twisted when they engaged our morph ball prototypes. Science Team, good old Science Team, wisely decided to move away. That's hilarious. So there's actually some levity in these data. I think that's like one of the few that's kind of funny. But yeah, Science Team sucks. Like, they're just awful. Something interesting I wanted to point out. There's no lore here, right? No. Something interesting I wanted to point out is that the first data down there that we read, the one about Metroid Prime, that only appears in the first released American version of this game. It's not in the PAL version, it's not in the Japanese translation, and it's not in Prime Trilogy. Now, what the difference between that and the data that is in that game is, in no other version of the game does it state that the pirates found Metroid Prime and like ran tests on it. In every other one, they say that the pirates got to the Chozo seal, because the Chozo are sealing Metroid Prime. Like, in case you hadn't connected the dots, Metroid Prime is the worm, you know, like the worm. And so they couldn't get to it, is what it says in all the other versions. And it makes more sense that way, but I thought it was a really cool thing to show off to you guys, or show that I know. I kind of feel like Chugga Conroy, knowing these facts. But, okay, let's read this. Subject Metroid Prime's breach has been contained. Reports indicate that it sensed a large batch of raw phazon in the lab within its stasis tank, and broke through the glass, using previously unsuspected strength. Besides consuming all the phazon, Metroid Prime assimilated several weapons and defense systems from fallen security units. It has suffered no ill effects from said assimilation. Indeed, it began to use its newly acquired weapons against us. Once we pacified it with a pacifier, we were unable to remove assimilated gear without threat to Metroid Prime. The gear is now an integral part of its body. Command is intrigued by this newfound ability, and has ordered further study to commence at once. Yes, quite. Okay, let's read the next one. God, there's so many of these. Okay. There have been numerous incidents involving spectral entities at Chozo ruined sites. Several personnel have been assaulted by these Chozo ghosts. Few have survived. Survivors speak of swift attacks from nowhere, brief sightings of the enemy, then nothing, only to be followed by another attack. Science Team believes these attacks are in response to our efforts to recover Chozo relics and artifacts. Somehow these entities are able to interact with the physical world, and it appears they wish to keep their artifacts to themselves. We will make them pay for such arrogance, for even ghosts can be destroyed. Ooh! Science Team, they're kinda cold-blooded there. Oops. Okay, more data. Go for it. Let's do it. Oh god, this is so bad. Okay, Metroid Prime continues to feed and grow ever larger in the Impact Crater caves. Its hunger knows no bounds, and it has begun to manifest unusual mutations since its breach. These include armor plating on its epidermis and mechanical outgrowths that generate defense screens. These screens render it invulnerable to most weapon systems, but a flaw in the mutation leads to increased vulnerability to certain weapons. It compensates for this by shifting the screens quickly. This latest development concerns security units greatly. They feel it's a matter of time before Prime corrects this defect and renders itself invulnerable to all weaponry. Containment would be nigh impossible if this were to occur. So yeah, more exclusive stuff that you can only get in the... Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can only get that in the first version of the game. Results are in from field studies on extinct bioform group Chozo. We believe that Talon 4 was once a stronghold in a great Chozo empire, brought low by the meteor strike. Planetary devastation brought an end to the Chozo, yet remnants of their society remain. We are studying these relics in an attempt to harness their power. What is of no use to us, we destroy. In time, we shall have all we need from this dead race, and shall wipe this planet clean of their ugly ruins, and all the missiles that are in them. The dead should serve the living, not hinder them. Whoa! Poetry from Science Team, I am impressed. What are they, like English majors or something? It's pretty intense. Not that I'm trying to bash English majors, that's actually is a really tough major to be in. We are particularly interested in a number of Chozo artifacts we have been able to recover from a number of religious sites on Talon 4. These relics resonate with power, and yet we are unable to harness them in any way. Science Team, Conquering Heroes, is attempting to fuse them together with Phazon, believing that a link might exist between them. We know that these artifacts are linked to the Chozo temple that blocks full access to the impact crater. We have yet to crack this enigma, however. Command grows impatient. Yeah, womp womp. So we have to go through, Science Team. Regarding this matter, results must be produced soon. We're on the clock! Also, I feel like the pirates just infuse everything with Phazon. Like, I feel like they're like, you know, this coffee's a little bland today, and then one of the Science Team guys is like, fuse it with Phazon! Or it's like, in the pirate office, like, the printer's out of toner. Phazon! It's like, it really is their solution to everything. But okay, we're past the lore now, and we have kind of an interesting room here. You can see we get down, and a little cutscene happens, and, oh no! The most diabolical trap ever! Poison gas and puffers! But really, you probably will take like 4 hits of damage here. Or, okay, I think I did take 4. Yeah, but, it's not so hard. You do have to go back through there, though, so we'll have to do something about that eventually. Please tell me there's no lore here? No? Okay, thank God. There's pirates, though. But I'll take pirate troopers over lore, because I'm sick of reading that stuff. Like, I love it. It's a great part of the game. I think it adds a lot to it, and really shows respect for detail, but it's a pain in the butt to read in LPs. And let's just use the Wave Buster on this guy. Why not? I'm feeling violent. No. And there's some more Bendezium. Totally not laying it on thick game. Not trying to tell me that I'll be able to break that soon or anything. Still hear the song, so there must be some more of them, probably down these little steppy steps here. The Ice Pirates actually showed up earlier, the Ice Troopers that is, but I forgot to talk about them, so maybe I'll explain them next time we see them. Here we have more Power Pirates! They're a power metal band. Which I guess would make the Wave Pirates like a new wave band. And maybe like the Ice Troopers play like covers of Ice Ice Baby or something. I don't know. Please oh my god, this is lore. Okay. Okay. Elite Pirate Upsilon's propensity for Phazon has enabled our research team to infuse it far beyond our safety restrictions, and the results have been extremely encouraging. Its constant Phazon diet has increased its mass exponentially, but it has retained all mental faculties and shows dexterity with all elite weaponry, including plasma incendiary launchers and the chameleon manta issued for cloaking purposes. Elite Pirate Upsilon, not Epsilon, I guess Science Team doesn't know their Greek. Exhibits miraculous healing abilities. When injured, it seeks out Phazon deposits and coats itself in the substance, which instantly mends the creature's wounds. The subject, which we are codenaming the Omega Pirate based on these developments, shows potential to be a new standard for our armies. Our only concern at this point is its potential overdependence on Phazon. So yeah, they're addicting pirates to Phazon now, and for some reason decided to call it Upsilon instead of Epsilon. I don't know, maybe Science Team wasn't in a frat. Maybe they're just a little too sciencey for that, you know? I don't know. But okay, I think that hopefully is the last lore we will be seeing in this episode. We have a second elite pirate there to my left, as you can see. I always expect that one to attack, but I don't think it can. Oh my god, I just saw a computer over there. Oh my god. Okay, thank god. This is where our next power-up is, but before we get it, there's sort of a weird little fight here. This is one of those sentry drones. We've encountered them before, but this one's invisible, and it has like a weird shield. I've never entirely been sure of what this fight is supposed to be. Because as you can see what I was just doing there, you can't hit it with the thermal visor. You can't see it with that. You just have to like shoot it. It's not that hard, it's just kind of weird to me. So there's a little thing pops open, and we can see, looks like we got ourselves a little electric maze here that we're probably going to need Morph Ball form for. Okay, there it is. Yeah, this is interesting. I like this little bit. And we got our Solving Puzzles in Space song going here, so what really can go wrong? Like I said, there's cool Morph Ball moments all over the place in Phazon Mines, and this is definitely one of them. And the upgrade we get from this is certainly awesome, also. Ow. Okay, so see these yellow ones kind of fade in and out, and if we drop a bomb on this little blob of hand sanitizer, or whatever that is, it'll short out some of the barriers, and we can roll on through. Alright, so wait for this thing again. And ow! This isn't really hard, like, there's little slopes to keep you from hitting those even on like the bases of the things. I don't know why I'm getting hurt so much. I think it's this way. Yeah. We're getting close now. I love this solving puzzles in space music. It's great. And I think if my memory serves correct, we want to go down here, not up. Or no, okay, I guess we want to go up. I was wrong. All right, and here's the solution to our puzzle. This power-up has been a long time coming. It makes a big explosion and blows things up, which is always fun. And, poop! And it is the Power Bomb. Power Bomb acquired. Oh yeah. So in Morph Ball form, you can press Y to use one, and it can break stuff. And by stuff, I mean something that we may have been seeing a little bit of recently. That's right, the Power Bomb can break Bendesium. So we finally have a solution for that. Let's lay one, yeah. It's a really big explosion, and they're cool. Though, as you can see there, there is a number for Power Bombs, and you can increase your capacity for them. So we've got now another pickup added to the game. So there's a lot of backtrack. Ooh, that's not the right way. A lot of backtracking we'll have to do. As far as their use in this, they can break Bendesium, but I don't think the Power Bombs are as useful as they are in like Super Metroid, because in those games, okay, here, yeah, there's a save station, like I thought. In those games, they're good for uncovering hidden tiles and stuff, and they don't, since there's no real like tiles or stuff like that, they don't really serve that purpose in this game. But so yeah, so that's gonna be the end of this video, guys. I think we read a lot of lore, but got a cool power up, and yeah. So until next time, guys, I'm Snack8, and I will see you in the next video. There is no fish in there, and it makes me sad. Later.